This Business Newsmakers is brought to you by Rondout Savings Bank. Banking your way every day.
Hey everyone, Frank DeRaffele here. Welcome to this week's Business Newsmakers. We're here today with Tom Lemmy and Valerie Torino from Ethan Allen Workforce Solutions. And Tom is the Director of Sales and Valerie is the Business Development Manager for the company. We're going to be talking today about this second generational business. They've been around for, I think it was 47 years, and the amazing things they're doing here in the Hudson Valley. So first off, thank you both for coming in today. I really appreciate it.
Thrilled to be here, Frank.
Well, good to have you here. So Tom, why don't I start with you and tell us, give me a quick kind of a synopsis of this company. How did it first start and how did it get to where it is today?
Sure. Tony Domenico is originally from Beacon here in Dutchess County, and he started with a professional search or headhunter type service, also offering resume writing. Grew that business rather rapidly. Eventually the client started asking for help with things like temporary staffing. So he brought his wife Fran in to run the temporary staffing division. And they had a great run of growing the business here in Dutchess and a little bit expanded out into the Hudson Valley. Dean, their son, Dean Domenico, came into the business after he finished with college. Eventually the ownership was transitioned over to Dean and his wife Elizabeth. And they added an HR services or PEO, Professional Employer Organization division a few years later, in 1995. And here we are now, 47 years, coming up on 48 years later. The company has really developed into quite a local dynamite.
Yeah, and it seems like it has enough services that from, if I'm understanding you correctly, from when I first hire somebody through, I mean, what can it do for a company?
Yeah, absolutely. We view it as we're here to support local businesses who may not have the wherewithal to do this all on their own. Other clients are rather large and they just need specific divisional help with temporary staffing. And a big benefit of temporary staffing that not a lot of people realize is you can get a really good person in, try them out for a while, see their work ethic, see their skills before they become a part of your organization. And as we all know, most turnover happens in the first 30 to 45 days with employees because they're kind of norming into the environment. So you get a skill set fit, a work ethic fit, and a fit into the environment. If you can get all three, you have a great employee. Okay, so talk to us a little about how, I want to talk about you two and how you guys got involved in the company. So Tom, why don't we start with you in terms of how did you first get involved in this company? Are you from the local area here? Tell us a little about you. Sure, I graduated from Monterey High School in Orange County. After working in New Jersey and down in Philadelphia, I had a chance to come back up this way. I was director or vice president for a company out in Connecticut, but of course 2008 hit and all the economic downturns. My job was eliminated at my previous company and I had a chance to come to work here locally, which is something I was excited about because I never had the chance to work where I grew up. So this has kind of been fun for me. So I interviewed with Dean and he asked me to start in the staffing division, and eventually I transitioned into director of sales for the whole organization.
Okay, fantastic. Valerie, how about you?
I actually was born and raised in Sullivan County, a very, very small town in Sullivan County, and been here in Dutchess County about 25 years and have a pretty lengthy 17-year, actually 20-year stint in payroll with large companies, national companies, and Tom and I were in B&I together when I was with my previous employer, and just listening to what each of us do every week, we just realized that it's a really good fit for us to work together. And I loved the idea of working for a local company.
Sure.
And I really like that concept. I'd never done it before, so that was great.
So as a Sullivan County resident, I'm totally off subject here, are you excited about this whole casino thing going on now?
Oh my gosh, I can remember my grandmother probably 40 years excited about the casino coming. So the fact that it's actually here, I think it's going to be great for Sullivan County.
Give a whole new life to that area and a whole new life to the Hudson Valley. I think it's been pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about though what you guys do, because you work in kind of different parts of the company. Let's talk about in the context of a small business. We have small business owners watching, so why would this be important to them? At what point could they get involved in companies like yours? So if it's just me, I have 1 or 2 employees, is that too small? When I have 5 or more, talk to us a little about how this helps small business owners and what they do. So Val, why don't I start with you with that?
Well, I think, what I've always seen is business owners get in business to know what they're getting in business for, and very little outside of that. So they can always outsource many different companies to give them expertise in the payroll aspect, the human resource aspect, federal and state law, all of that. But I think what we bring to the table is one point of contact with many professionals in every aspect for them just to guide them and help their business grow. So starting at the beginning is a great place to start.
Okay, fantastic.
Just to tag on to what Valerie was saying, the big part of the PEO that most employers miss too is the legal liability, for the most part, moves from the client, the original business, to the PEO by New York state law. So you're moving a lot of burden off of the shoulders of that employer that they no longer have to be an expert on everything beyond their own business. It's a big piece.
So that's very interesting. So if I'm a small business then, so if I'm getting my first employee, does it make sense until I get my fifth employee? At what point do I look at you guys and saying, hey, I think I need you to come on board with me?
We typically look, if we're real local, we typically look for clients that have 5 to 10 employees as a starting point.
Okay.
We have clients as large as 150 employees. But the goal is to support the entire function. So some clients just need us to help them find people. Others, hey, I need you to find them and I need you to support on the back end on the HR. We even have clients that are a little bit larger that have their own HR person, but they don't have anybody behind them. So we'll take over the transactional activities while that HR person now can focus on strategic initiatives.
Okay.
It's a big impact on that business when we do that for them.
Yeah, it's outsourcing that whole HR aspect of the company. So you're talking about it from a liability standpoint, but also from an internal workforce standpoint. There's a lot of hours that go into that usually.
Yeah, and more than most small businesses would realize, when they get in, they don't understand that there's a lot of work New York State and the federal government require, and the reporting on a weekly and monthly and quarterly basis annually becomes burdensome to most employers. So now, how does that work get done? Are you outsourcing pieces all over the place? Are you staying up till midnight to do it? Unfortunately, for a lot of people, it's become a bigger business to run the business than actually service their clients, build their product, which is what the whole purpose of being in a profitable organization stands for.
Well, when you talk about that, it's something that I've talked to businesses a lot over the years, is that you're good at what you do. So if you're a plumber, if you're an architect, if you're a dentist, it doesn't matter. You're good at that. But the business side of what you do, the marketing, the sales, the customer service, sometimes the HR part of that, all of that becomes, if you don't know how to do that well, you're not running your business, means you're not going to be as profitable as you need to be. So if we have small businesses watching us right now who are saying, okay, this might be something that would be good for me, what's the best way for them to contact you guys?
Yeah, so Valerie, why don't you give your email address out?
Oh yeah, just Valerie@eaworkforce.com, and feel free to give us a call too, 845-471-9700, and we'd love to just sit down, explain a little bit more about what we do, and just make sure it's a good fit. Okay, and what about a website? What would be the best website to go to?
Yeah, EthanAllenWorkforceSolutions.com.
Well, that's easy. EthanAllenWorkforceSolutions.com. And before I let you guys go, one question totally unrelated. When you're down on the weekends, when you get to kind of take time off, what's the one thing that you love to do here in the Hudson Valley to get you to relax? Tom, you're first.
I'm an avid golfer, and so the folks at James Baird State Golf Course all know me by first name, because if I can be there, I'll be there.
So are you a pink ball guy during the winter when it's snowing? Do you go out with pink balls?
No, but to support another local business, we have DC Indoor Golf, and they are fantastic. I love that place. You guys are doing a great job, Dan.
Valerie, how about you? What's your relaxation to do?
Really, I like to kind of visit all of our local wineries and craft beer places. I think we just have a lot of great places with some great views and entertainment.
And so to plug another company, maybe a good car service for you so you can't drive after that. Well, thank you guys so much for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Frank.
My pleasure. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey guys, again, if you need something, you're looking to grow your business, you don't want to handle that whole HR, payroll aspect, all the accounting aspect of your business, this is a great company, Ethan Allen Workforce Solutions. Give them a call, contact them. I think it can make a real difference in your business. This is Frank DeRaffele here on Business Newsmakers.